Hello, my friends. I am taking a moment now to share a more personal insight into the events of the past handful of years. The story that lands me back in the land of the free, and not just the home of the brave, after 20 months of an ordeal involving Salt Lake County senior service social workers, basically. The backstory is this: because of my profile in the industry and the philanthropic generosity of yours truly over the decades, combined with the presence in the background of a constellation of classified and heavily secreted proprietary information concerning extraterrestrial contact in the past century, and the technological insights that may have been aided by access to such material. I have engaged in high-level conversations on that set of topics since the 1990s, and the reason it plays into it is that during all that time, I had established at the outset, early in the late 90s, during my due diligence process in the field, that the government had largely privatized into federally funded research and development corporations, or FFRDCs, national laboratories which themselves are effectively run by their private sector gigantic management firms such as Lockheed or SAIC, many others, some more public than others for sure. But the omnipresence of that has added a bit of intrigue into my communications that lent itself for misinterpretation in some of the events I'm about to relate. But the gist of it is that, and the FBI knows this at this juncture, but will, I assume, issue a statement when they are good and ready to. But it is compatible with what I'm saying, for sure. And that is that a Jamaican crime syndicate, at least headquartered in Kingston, Jamaica, over the past couple of decades has used increasingly successful techniques to target individuals and small networks of individuals, to leverage background, dark web, or otherwise just generally not available information, to and impersonation with much more sophisticated techniques than just faking caller IDs, and just including impersonation of living public officials, and access to such individuals, non-public information in many cases, used to induce a sense of confidence in yours truly and in some of my most senior scientific colleagues, that we were in the process of being awarded a considerable sum of money for effectively lifetime achievement in our respective fields. I don't mind telling you that you could probably figure out by studying my career history that, you know, I've done a lot of good for the world, in my opinion, and I'm by no means over yet. The best is yet to come, by far. But that generosity of spirit was used to basically induce the expectation that I had been noticed as part of the 2024 presidential election cycle, and that an effort was underway to consider me an alternative to to Kamala Harris running as picking up the slack for our honorable former President Biden. That would be accompanied with enough money to put into serious grants to my physics operations and my macroeconomic policy project of many one, and to invest, aka donate, a considerable sum of money to a handful of extraordinary leaders in the natural sciences of physics and philosophy, chemistry, and information technology that have been overlooked by their peers and by our government, at least to date. And that process will be cured in coming days, weeks, and months, and years. It's good to be back. I will be in touch with you. I can use the help of a few close friends to help me get back on my feet in a rapid and respectful way. Thank you for listening. It's good to be home. During this period of time, in the summer and autumn of 2023, Virginia and I had some discomforts because of the cash crunch, but we were still getting along very well and enjoying each other's company immensely. I was planning on my return to Washington, D.C. once the overarching financial arrangements could be completed, and at last my life could return to a trajectory that I'm familiar with, out in the public very strongly and making a difference in presenting new ideas and plans of action for both corporations and the tech industry, and for the missions of science and our country and the world. But the accusations that got a little bit of a sensationalized play were that the utilities were cut off. It was like a sewer in there at our home. The water was out for a half year. She had to walk to get it. That I was trying to keep her away from her family by changing her cell phone number. All of these assertions were just blatantly false. I had explained the water situation that was turned on for a month prior to my detainment. The heat was still off because we were dealing with the gas issues, and the water heater was the last item to be finished. It was in a semi-finished state of having been replaced but not connected yet on November 16th when they came and picked me up. All of those charges were dropped by the state, so the only thing that remained was that I helped my stepmother apply for a mortgage that she didn't fundamentally need. And I had told her that, and we'd agreed not to pursue it, but not before that information got communicated apparently to Virginia's relatives. So I consider it to be an embarrassment for our county and for the federal authorities who knew more and could have ended my detention a lot sooner. But rather than look rearward, I'd rather look forward. And in that spirit, I request your understanding and patience with me. My missions in this world are profoundly important and good, and the best is yet to be seen. And I can't wait to get on with that process very soon. Over and out.